Good morning, Stewart's Chapel. This is Don Pierson, and this is Thursday's devotion. And we are in chapter 6 of Amos. We're going to read 3 verses, verses 1, 2, and 3. This is the second of the woes, W-O-E, that God issues or gives to Israel. Woe to you who are at ease in Zion, and who trust in the mount of Samaria. Notable persons in the chief nation to whom the house of Israel comes. Go over to Shaneh and see, and from there go to Hamath the great. Then go down to Gath of the Philistines. Are you better than these kingdoms, or is their territory greater than yours? Woe to you who put far off the day of doom, who cause the seat of violence to come near. Woe. At ease in Zion, I've actually heard several sermons about at ease as Zion. Some since preached it as though we should be at peace. They totally misunderstood the warning. Zion is Jerusalem. Now, his decree, or Amos's message, is to the northern kingdom. And their seatbed is that of Samaria, Bethel, and Gilgal. It's not Jerusalem. And yet God throws a warning to the southern kingdom, to Judah. In other words, this whole message here, whether it be Zion or Samaria, it's about a false security. And God is saying, you think you're secure. They thought because Jerusalem, Mount Zion, it's untouchable. Or Mount Samaria. Mount Samaria was 300 feet, almost straight up. One of their kings had relocated the city of Samaria and literally had built the city on top of that mount. It actually took the Assyrians 3 years to conquer this city because of the elevation of it. But they did conquer it. The message is they think that because they built this humongous stronghold at a place that they thought that they could defend well, that they were untouchable. They were at ease in Zion, and they were at ease on Mount Samaria. They had filled their cities with all the notable persons. And every one of them were extremely self-confident. There was a strong sense of false security. Basically, what God is saying to them is, I'm going to remove what you trust in. I'm going to remove what you put your hope in, what you put your faith in, what you put your trust in. I'm going to remove your confidence. You see, instead of being at ease, they should have been deeply troubled. He's already said that. We saw that just a few verses before where he told them you should be mourning. But there is no mourning in the land when Amos arrives and delivers the message. I want to remind you of something. From the time that Amos delivers his message, it is 40 years until God does that. During that 40 years, there is no repentance. They continue to oppress the poor. They continue to sell the poor into captivity. They continue to trust. They continue to be extremely religious. Why? Why didn't they heed the warning that God sent through His prophet? Because they trusted in something else. They weren't troubled. They had a false sense of security. Have you ever really thought about some of the words that Jesus says to us? There will be few and not many that will enter. On that day, many will be convinced that they should get in, and they will try to convince him. But he will say, I've never known you. You're gone. Those are strong words. There's always been incredible sense of confidence, of security. The problem is, including myself, most who God speaks those words to, they never get it. They never get that they should feel insecure, fearful, and troubled. Why? Because they have put their trust in something. In something. And not someone. And I'm telling you, after doing and following this for 40 some years, it gets really hard. Really, really hard sometimes to tell the difference between whether my trust is in something or in someone. Even though I know it's supposed to be in someone. God's people should find their security in Him. And never in a something. Not even their religion. Not even in their religiosity. Not even in their works. Faith is an interesting thing. You see, these people had faith, but it was in the wrong thing. Love you, Stewart's Chapel.